Hello, everyone, dear viewers of the channel. I am Halyna, the Guardian of Secrets, a researcher of mystical phenomena. And here with me is Vadym, a historian interested in folk culture.
And together, we delve into the rich tapestry of Ukrainian traditions, often with very different lenses. Today, Halyna, I sense we are treading into truly ancient territory with your chosen theme, Echoes of Rituals, Ukrainian Incantations for the Future.
Indeed, Vadym. Today, we peel back the layers of time to explore something profoundly beautiful and powerful, the ancient Ukrainian incantations. These aren't just old sayings, they are whispers from our ancestors, imbued with intention, hope, and a deep, almost tangible magic that, I believe, still echoes in our lives today, shaping our future.
Magic, you say, Halyna. I'm intrigued by the concept of incantations shaping the future. From a historical perspective, these verbal formulas were undoubtedly significant. They served many purposes: to ward off illness, bless harvests, protect homes, or even, as you suggest, to influence personal destiny. But how exactly do these ancient whispers hold the key to your future in a modern context?
It's about belief, Vadym, and the energy behind the spoken word. Think of the zagovore, the Ukrainian incantations for protection. They were not merely recited, they were performed with profound faith by the znachari or babusi, the wise women. Imagine a mother, desperate for her child's health, repeating ancient verses over a feverish brow. The words themselves, often invoking nature spirits, saints, or primordial forces, were believed to create a protective field, to redirect negative energy, or to invite healing. This isn't just history, it's a live-in force. The intention behind those words, the collective consciousness of generations believing in their power, imprints them with a unique resonance.
I agree that the intention and belief are paramount, but perhaps not in a supernatural sense. Linguistically, many incantations are deeply rooted in archaic forms of language, often rhythmic, almost poetic. This rhythm itself can have a calming or focusing effect. Psychologically, the act of speaking these words, especially in times of crisis or hope, can be a form of self-affirmation or a way to externalize anxiety. When a babunya would perform a ritual, she was also providing comfort, structure, and a sense of agency in a world often beyond individual control. The protective field could be the psychological reassurance that allowed the body's natural healing processes to work, or the community to act collectively to solve a problem.
But isn't that itself a form of magic, Vadym? To evoke hope from despair, to instill courage with mere words. Consider the incantations for a bountiful harvest, often recited during ancient spring rites. They weren't just agricultural advice, they were fervent prayers, a pact with the land, a way of attuning human will with nature's rhythm. My grandmother often told me about the incantations she'd use for finding lost objects or for ensuring safe travels. She truly believed that these words created a resonance, a pathway for the universe to align. It's about more than just comfort. It's about actively shaping reality through focused spiritual energy.
And the power of that collective aspiration certainly shaped realities, albeit socioeconomically. A unified community performing a ritual for a good harvest would then likely work harder, share resources more effectively, and have a more positive outlook, all of which contribute to better outcomes. The incantation, in this sense, acts as a powerful mnemonic device, a cultural anchor. It preserved agricultural knowledge, social codes, and a shared worldview. It wasn't just about the words, but the actions, the communal gathering, the symbolism of the elements, water, fire, earth, all reinforcing a narrative of hope and control.
Yes, the elements, they are crucial. Many incantations specifically invoke the power of running water, the warmth of the sun, or the strength of the oak tree. My favorite is an ancient healing incantation, which literally asks the flowing river to carry away sickness, dissolving it, much like it carries away leaves. It's an incredibly poetic and potent visualization. Have you ever felt that primal connection to nature, that urge to speak to the wind or the river, to ask for its help? That's the core of these incantations, a recognition that we are part of a larger, living world, and we can communicate with it to shape our destiny. These ancient whispers don't just speak to the future, they speak the future into being.
The anthropomorphization of nature is a classic feature of pre-scientific thought, reflecting a deep spiritual connection to the environment that we, in our modern world, often lack. When we look at these incantations through a historical lens, we see how they encapsulated a worldview. They weren't just random words. They were often highly structured, following specific patterns, using repetition, alliteration, and sometimes rhyming schemes. This linguistic craftsmanship itself gives them a certain power, an artistic merit that reinforces their cultural significance. They also provided a societal safety net, a prescribed response to situations that were otherwise terrifying and unpredictable, like epidemics or famine.
But beyond the linguistic structure or sociological function, don't you think there's a genuine energetic transfer? I've heard countless stories of people experiencing inexplicable relief after an old woman recited a zagovore over them. It transcends mere psychology. Think of the incantations for love, for drawing a soulmate into one's life. These aren't just wishful thinking, they are affirmations, spoken with such conviction that they align the individual's energy with their desires, creating a magnetic pole. Losing this knowledge, these ancient whispers, is like losing a piece of our very soul, our unique Ukrainian way of interacting with the universe.
I understand your passion, Halyna. The power of affirmation is scientifically acknowledged. Visualizing goals and declaring intentions can indeed influence behavior and outcomes, and the comfort of a trusted figure offering solace in times of need is immeasurable. The inexplicable relief you mentioned could be attributed to the placebo effect, the profound psychological impact of belief, or even the subtle physiological changes that occur when stress is reduced. What's fascinating is how these ancient practices often align with modern understandings of mindfulness and positive psychology, even if their foundational explanations differed. They were, in essence, early forms of therapeutic practice, culturally sanctioned ways to cope and manifest hope.
Exactly. They are a testament to our ancestors' deep understanding of the human spirit and its connection to the unseen world. And this connection is what makes them relevant for the future. We live in a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain. These incantations, even if viewed symbolically, offer us tools, words, intentions, rituals to ground ourselves, to reclaim agency, and to cast our hopes forward. They teach us resilience, the power of persistent intention, and the importance of connecting with our heritage. For me, they are not just echoes of the past, they are blueprints for a hopeful tomorrow.
And from a historical perspective, that's their enduring value. They demonstrate the human need for meaning, for control, and for community. Regardless of whether one believes in their mystical efficacy, the act of engaging with these rituals provides a sense of continuity, a link to generations past. It strengthens cultural identity and provides a framework for navigating life's challenges. As Ukraine looks towards its future, understanding these ancient tools of hope and protection, even if interpreted rationally, offers invaluable insight into the enduring spirit of its people. We might call it cultural resilience, shaped by centuries of whispered words.
A truly beautiful way to put it, Vadym. And if you, our dear listeners, have ever used an incantation or heard a story about one, we would love to hear from you. Share your experiences in the comments below. Your stories help us understand the living legacy of these ancient practices.
So, what we have here is a profound cultural phenomenon. On the one hand, Halyna speaks to the intrinsic magical power, the energetic resonance of these incantations, arguing they actively shape the future. On the other, I highlight their historical, psychological, and sociological functions, how they provided comfort, preserved knowledge, and fostered community, thereby indirectly shaping outcomes and building resilience for the future.
But ultimately, we both agree that these ancient Ukrainian incantations are far more than just quaint historical curiosity. They are powerful declarations of hope, protection, and connection. They remind us that our words, our intentions, and our belief systems carry immense weight. Whether you believe in their magical power or their psychological influence, they offer a unique and profound lens through which to view tradition and its undeniable impact on contemporary life, guiding us towards a more hopeful future.
Indeed, they are a testament to the human spirit's endless capacity to find meaning and agency, even when facing the unknown. And that, I think, is a powerful legacy for any future.
And that brings us to the end of another fascinating journey into the mystical heart of Ukraine. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed this conversation, please consider subscribing to our channel and hitting that like button. Your support helps us continue to explore these incredible stories. We'll see you next time as we continue to uncover the secrets hidden in plain sight.
Goodbye now.